Welcome to 5 Good Minutes.
You're listening to today's inspirational message on the book of Daniel
With Brady Randall.
In Daniel 2, we see how God's power is shown. And for the next 2 days, I want us to focus on Daniel's prayer that he prays after God reveals the mystery of his dream. In the second half of verses 19 and following of chapter 2, we read this. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven and said, "Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and he raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him." Tomorrow we'll look at how God has power over the seasons and weather, but today I want us to look at how God has power over history and world leaders. And this is so significant, especially in our day and age. God boldly declares that he deposes kings, meaning he brings them down, and he raises up others. God claims to be the one who is solely and ultimately in charge of authority. Now, I don't know if it's gotten worse or it's just always been this way and we're just in a more sensitive era with 24/7 news cycle and social media. But it seems to me that we live in a culture that's absolutely obsessed with who is in power now or who will be in power in 4 years or 2 years or the next year. There is so much passion and I would say vitriol and money spent and debates had over what person or party should be in power. And some of us listening right now, we're super frustrated with who's in power. Some of us are super excited and hopeful. Many others of us are simply disillusioned or saddened by the whole process. Maybe you want to throw up your hands or throw up. Some of us have said there is no way that this can be God's will that so-and-so's in power with this president or the last president. But the bottom line of the implications of what we just read are this. God is actually the ultimate cause of who is in power and who is taken out of power, whether they're a congressman, a president, a prince, or a dictator. And God's been doing that throughout all of history. For example, he raised up the wicked Assyrians and the wicked Babylonians who punish his own people who have forsaken his ways. He raised them up and he brought them down. He raises up wicked Pharaoh who enslaved his people in Egypt. And we read in the scriptures that Pharaoh hardened his own heart and God hardened Pharaoh's heart. And this isn't just an isolated text. In fact, in Proverbs 21:1, it says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Like the rivers of water, he turns it wherever he wishes. Now, I don't know if that makes you mad or it gives you peace, but I hope it gives you peace that God himself uses political processes, takeovers, rollings of dice, or whatever other methods that people have to come to power, but he's ultimately the one in charge. And he uses all rulers for his intended purposes, some of which may not be revealed unto the end of history. And what a comfort this must have been to God's people who were exiled in Babylon. What a comfort this must have been to Daniel. Whoever is in power has no authority except that which is given to them from God. One other place that makes this clear is Romans chapter 13, where it says, "Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established." The authorities that exist have been established by God. Now, make no mistake about it, God abhors wicked rulers, and God will hold them to account, but he uses them nonetheless. Kings and presidents who think that they are high and mighty will one day be humbled when they come face to face with their Maker, the one who truly has power over them. So friends, be encouraged today. Whoever is in power now will not be there forever. Pray for those who are in authority, that they will work out for good and not for evil for all people. But know this, God is ultimately the one in control. He is on the throne, and at his name, every knee, including every knee of every president and prince, will one day bow to him. And that is very good news.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.